Good morning. It's Freestyle Friday, and I wanted to introduce you to Tina Terror here. She is a bad schnauzer and bites people, and I don't think you've ever met her. She's the biggest little dog that we have. And one time, well, she's a schnauzer, like either a very poor schnauzer or a schnauzer with some poodle, because when her hair gets really long, it gets kind of curly, like a poodle, and she hates being on laps. She hates being on desks. But let me put her down. One time my wife was in a hurry calling Tootie and Tina and called them Tuna and Titty. So when Tina is being really bad, which is a lot, her alter ego is Tuna. And we say, Tuna, settle down. Anyway, that's Tuna. It's Freestyle Friday, and I think you've met all three dogs at this point. And this is going to be a very talky episode because I got 3 questions and one little rant, I guess you'd call it. I don't like to say rant because apparently that's a thing, like YouTube rant channels or whatever. And I don't want it to be a thing, but it's going to be a talky video. So if you find me annoying or you find this channel annoying, you're going to want to tune out now. Run! First, the cars. So I'm working on a couple boxes. I'm doing about 3 or 4 at a time. Just finished the Max Steel mod rod. And now I'm working on the 64 Nova Wagon Gasser. And this is one that I did not have. It's blue. I think there's a super treasure hunt of this also, but this is not the super. This is just the normal one. So there's that chrome interior. Woo! Why couldn't they have made it black? Why? But skinny front wheels because it goes. And one more. I think there's 3 or 4 more I need. This box is not really close, but I did find a good deal on this one, so I grabbed it. Speaking of good deals, I might need a knife for this one. I'll just go ahead and tear it. It's a convention car. It's a custom 70 Chevy Nova, that wide one, which I don't have a dedicated Nova box. I just have a Chevy Nova box. But I do want to get all of these because it's probably the coolest Nova casting of all of them as far as Hot Wheels goes. And I just ripped open a convention car. It's probably, I mean, I got a good deal, but I could probably resell it for a profit, but I wanted it. I saw some of this called a dinner car. Maybe they gave, if you bought the dinner or if you're invited to the dinner, this was free or whatever. I don't really know how conventions work because I've never really been to one. I just know this is one of the very few of this casting that have ever been made. Odd colors, but had to have it. The 70 custom. Custom 1970 Chevy Nova is its name, and it's the one with the body kit. And super wide. Of all of them, this is probably the ugliest, but still, there's only like 4 or 5, 6 of them, and I will have them all. And another box I'm working on is the main lines of the 55 Bel Air Gasser. That's like a Hot Wheels favorite and a collector favorite, so there's like half of them are like RLC or convention cars and super expensive shit. So I decided to just collect the mainline versions. And I may or may not get the super of it. There's a super treasure hunt from a few years ago that sells for like $150. So I'm probably going to put a little sushi placeholder there and not buy that one because it might come my way through a trade or something, but I'm not going to pay $150 for a car. But I did get this one. Pretty good deal. You'd be surprised on eBay if you just figure out what it's worth to you and bid. So a lot of times you win because either no one else is interested in that item or or it's played out, like it's old, so its value has started to dwindle. But I think I got this for like $7 or $8. Not bad for a red edition. I mean, I would prefer to find it and pay $1.19 or whatever, but I usually miss these red editions. So I paid the kidnapper the requested ransom. So now I have all three of these 55 Bel Air gassers that have the 55 on the side. And did it say red back then? I don't see red anywhere on here. In later years, they started putting red on the car, so you know it's a red edition, but pretty obvious. Red glass, red rims. And one step closer. So I'm only doing 3 cars today. Like I said, it's going to be very talky because I got a lot of questions. So let me do this little rant first. It's not a rant. It's just like I already got an injection of cash from this silent investor. Like the money came first, believe it or not. And I'm able to buy cases. But the 3 cases I really want to buy are the 2026 B case, the Timeless Icons, and the Compact Kings. But guess what? They're not available, or they're sold out everywhere, because when Hot Wheels are new, people like wrinkle their underwear trying to get them, and they're sold out and they're being scalped to death, and it's pretty much impossible. But you wait a month, for instance, the 2026 A case is just sitting at JCar, no one's buying it. And I might buy another one if they get the B cases in stock. But my point is that it's got about a month and a half of age on, and it's just sitting there. No one gives a shit. Like the very small population that really, really wants it so they can resell it has been satiated, and now it just sits there. So I'm thinking, maybe not with the Timeless Icons, because these retailers are being really greedy with that case. Like they're selling the cars individually. I think everybody wants that chase because it's so valuable. But I really would like to find the Timeless Icons cases, the Compact King cases, and that 2026 B case. But it might be a while. Like if I waited long enough, they'll just be sitting there probably. And then if you wait a really long time, they start getting discounted. But so the point of that is that Ignition, while we're going to be expanding, I think it's still going to be a little behind the curve, because the front edge of particularly Hot Wheels is so full of bullshit that I can barely stand it. So and I don't like competition. Like I'm a competitive person, but when I feel like a loser when I like really want something and everybody else wants it too, it's just like, ugh, no thanks. Anyway, on to the questions. Your site looks legit and you seem like a professional business, but what's up with the ratty boxes? My last order came in an old Amazon box wrapped in a bunch of newspapers. Hey man, it saves me money and it saves you money. It allows prices to be kept down. And I refund any unused shipping. If I have to use a store-bought box, that costs about 85 cents. So you're shipping the refund. I'm a little more greedy with the refunds because I have to buy a box to ship your stuff in. So if I get it from a repurposed box, it saves you money. But I have to brag. Ignition Diecast does not send anything that doesn't come in a box. Like we only ship in boxes because that protects your purchase, especially if you're getting it carded, you don't want wrinkles or the J-hook bent or anything like that. So putting them in a box, and packing material is expensive too. I know you don't want peanuts. Nobody wants packing peanuts, but like the white packing paper that like Amazon uses costs money. Like why spend money when this newspaper that I use to wrap stuff up in is free? I mean, I get like I don't take it when it first comes out, but near the end of the week when like they're about to replace it and recycle the old ones anyway, I take about 6 inches of those papers and it makes awesome packing material. So that's what's up with the ratty boxes. As we expand, I'm assuming orders are going to get more voluminous, and there might not be enough recycled, repurposed boxes. So I might have to start using store-bought boxes. Anyway, probably still use the newspaper because it works very well, cushions. But might have to start using like real boxes. I have this little stamp. Some of you have probably seen it. I need a new ink pad, so maybe I'll switch to red or something like that. You said Diecast is an extension of your love of real cars. What do you drive? I feel like I mention it a lot. My daily driver is a Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive. It's a TRD off-road package. I'd really like the TRD edition, but it was expensive then. It's probably ludicrously expensive now. And my fun car is a BMW 1 Series, a 128i, naturally aspirated. The 135, it has a turbo, but I don't like turbos. I like naturally aspirated better because it's just it's a predictable power band, whereas turbos are like the other cars in our family. My wife drives a Subaru Impreza, and her fun car is a 1969 911T, which she inherited from her dad. And it's in the shop right now because it has some sort of an electrical issue. It was completely rebuilt. It was stripped down to a shell, sent to a painter who painted it on a rotisserie and charged my father-in-law a whole bunch of money, and then it was put back together. But there's something electrical wrong with it. So it's at Classic Design here in Athens. Porsche specialists. Highly recommended. And that's it. I won't get into my kids' cars again. And this is interesting. This is kind of like, what would you do if you won the lottery question. You listed your top 20 diecast cars. If you were rich, what are the 20 real cars you would own? 20 is a lot. I don't think even if I was like a millionaire many times over, I would have 20 cars. So I trimmed it down to 10. So here's my 10 dream cars. And none of them are supercars. I looked at this list and I'm like, God, that's really like pretty humble list, but I like vintage more than I like expensive. So the truck that I drive, that would just be a farm truck. The only reason I drive a truck is because of this farm situation that I live in. And believe me, I'd rather be driving a car. So the truck would become farm equipment. And here's my top 10. So my daily drivers would be a BMW M2, late model, blue if possible, and a Porsche Cayman. Because even though the 911 is like the big sexy, the Cayman is pretty damn close and pretty damn awesome, and you don't have to worry about scratching it or getting it dirty. I mean, I would drive the shit out of a Cayman. Same with a BMW M2. Who knows if I would even wash them. If I was really rich, I'd probably have a guy to do that, but my daily drivers rarely get washed. Toys. And there's 5 toys that I would own. And these would be like weekend cars, things that I polish and stuff. I would like a BMW CSL 3.0, fully restored. Brown or burnt orange would be pretty awesome. A Porsche 930 Turbo, fully restored, original condition. And that would be like pride car. A 67 Shelby GT500. Blue, like Jim Morrison's. Exactly. Like, I literally want Jim Morrison's 67 GT500. And restored. That's the third car that I would want restored as if it was new. A BMW 2002. It can be restified. I've seen them before with like upgraded BMW engines, like a straight 6 put in there. I've seen them with Honda engines and all kinds of stuff. So if it's restified, if it's the 2002 shell, but the internals are like modern, that'd be totally cool with me. That would be awesome. A 67 Chevy C10, and that could be restified too. I've seen them for like $300,000, and it looks like a Chevy C10 on the outside, but it's got a upgraded engine and upgraded suspension and brakes and like a modern truck in terms of driving. So restified, yeah. And then there are 3 cars that I would have for track only, because if I was rich, I would start doing track days again, and often, probably every weekend. I mean, these billionaires that like put on a tie and go to the office, I don't get it. I always say wealth is wasted on the stupid or the boring. If I was like a millionaire, I would do nothing but have fun and share that fun with the people that I care about. So I'd have 3 track cars. I'd have a Nissan GTR, track only, a Mustang GTD, track only, and a Challenger SRT Demon, track only. And I would just rotate. Probably one of those would wind up becoming my favorite and get driven more often. But yeah, and I'd have a trailer. I'd use that Tacoma to trailer these 3 cars to the track. Hell, if I was rich, I'd probably have an enclosed trailer and like with a toolkit and a mechanic or something. I don't know. So that's all the questions. And then the little rant that I had, it's not really a rant. It's satire, I guess. So if you want to be popular on Facebook, here's what you do. You take a picture of a dump bin with like 2 treasure hunts and a super treasure hunt. And then you hold up like a peg warmer, like the Baja Bison. And you take a picture of that. And then your caption says, "So glad I found this Baja Bison." And the big sexy cars are in the background. And it gets everybody to say, "What about? You should have grabbed." And it like drives engagement. Makes you like, I don't know, in that Facebook group, like, I don't know. I actually don't know why people do that. Another thing you can do is get a 5-pack package, like let's say the Motor Show, and you fill it with Chevy Silverados or Ferraris. And you say, "Look at the 5-pack I found." And I guess it's a joke, but man, it gets a lot of comments. People are like, "Where did you find that?" Like noobs are like, "Where did you find that? I didn't know that existed." Or like the salty dogs are like, "Yeah, right." But it's a thing. It's definitely very, very, very trendy. And thirdly and finally, this is really lame, but people do it anyway. Take a picture of the Hot Wheels section in a store and say, "Help me out here, guys. What should I buy? Anything good here?" And then you just leave that picture. And hopefully you don't stand there in the store and wait for them to respond. You go home and do whatever. And then you just like wait for the comments to come in. "Oh, you should have bought and you should get and I see," and blah, blah, blah. So that's how you're popular on Facebook, which is extremely important. If you're into Diecast, you have to join a lot of Facebook Diecast groups. And you, anytime you find like a treasure hunt or a super treasure hunt, you have to take a picture of it. And you can even do AI, like have like 100 Ferraris and show like a scrolling tracking shot of like all your bounty, and people think you're just like a baller. So anyway, happy Friday. Talk to you tomorrow. And you know what day tomorrow is. Bye-bye.